This
So
is
you
that's
should
a
be
much clearer
starting
message.
now. So tell me if you can find it on my channel.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
see it.
here
I
we
see
go.
it.
Here we go. Yeah, we're live.
I'm
All right,
saying a
nice.
ping, but you guys can start while I do that.
And of course, we'll just be waiting for other people to get in here.
Mhm.
Maybe I don't know on the call. Maybe some people just want to get like
I think we can
onto the
just get
stream
started.
itself and just
Yeah.
chat, not necessarily up for voice necessarily.
Yeah, let's
I think we can just jump into it.
let's
We
go.
need to wait.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
do we have?
See, a lot of unchanged on your end.
Yeah, I didn't have enough time to go in depth, kind of like I said
Yeah.
last stream,
No,
but
that's fair. That's fair.
we already
Also,
listed
yeah,
or it kind
a
of
lot of
said the
the
change before stream,
yeah.
I believe, what we wanted to do with Hyper Ripper as a small buff to it. Do we
Yeah.
have anything for the other Hyper Rippers we're considering?
Lockdown has to
Uh,
go up in cost. I think either that,
really?
either that, or lower it to 3, just to keep it in check with other like 2 cost swap blocks.
I'm fine with lockdown going down to 3. I think
Yeah.
increasing the cost I think is a little bit rough. Decreasing the duration I think is probably fine.
All right, we'll do that.
I
Then.
I think even without lockdown with 4, I think Hyper 2.0 is still like a good solid meta relevant nanivore.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just such a solid thing. I feel like it's still gonna be good. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's fair also.
Yeah.
Going down
3.0.
So
from
hold on,
3.
just to get some
Do,
extra
do,
now.
do, do we want to lower down Torch on 3 as well, or because it's 4 for 3 cost and 40 damage?
Yeah, but I don't think Hyper per 3.0 is good enough for that move to be problematic.
Maybe.
Fair.
That's kind of my opinion. I don't know if everyone agrees with
The
that.
Turbo
but...
Cannon 3.0 wasn't really getting used before, and I believe we nerfed that previously at swap block numbers, but again, I'm not saying that we have to nerf it.
Probably wasn't necessary because I'm not sure how threatened we are, but Turbo Cannon.
Burn down. I thought burn down was always like pretty whatever attack. I don't know why we even nerfed it in the first place.
It wasn't it like swap blocking for 5 turns though? That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, yeah, but then you have to run Turbo Cannon 3, so you know. That's not the worst. Actually,
you might have to argue with Fel because he seems to think Turbo Cannon 3.0 is in a good place right now. So.
Okay.
Pretty sure because of hot air.
Bit too much, yeah.
Yeah, hot air used to remove.
Hot air
armor.
is a very good move.
Yeah, it used to remove armor and speed. Now it's damage and speed, so it's automatically much more viable.
That is true. Hot air is a very good move.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like you'd run it to use hot air usually instead of burn down, but we're not at the turbo cannons yet here.
Yeah, we're not
that
even.
Is true.
We're not even to the velocitrons yet. We're just starting at the hypers.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Torch is fine. I wouldn't touch Torch, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think if people really wanted to touch Torch, like, sure, but I just don't think it's necessary. I think if a change isn't necessary, like we probably skip on it.
So far we've agreed on Hyper needs to change, right?
Yeah,
lockdown and the.
Or was it lockdown? So lockdown, and can you all remind me what the change for lockdown was? It does damage now?
No, lockdown.
No, lockdown will do 3 swap block instead of 4.
3 swap block instead of 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hyper Burrow.
It gains +5 base damage on when it has the spike.
Yeah.
Okay, so without spike, normal base damage is 45. With spike, it's 50 on top of armor piercing.
That is correct.
Got it. Alright, sorry. Alright, we can continue.
Okay. Do we want to do anything for Hyper Ripper 1.0 just because it kind of doesn't feel great right now?
Which Hyper Ripper? 3.0.
I'm not sure about that. Not too sure.
I don't really know what I would do for 1.0. I guess Hard Shell is going to be cheaper, so maybe see something there.
Yeah, but at the same time, Electropod's getting the same buff also from that, so...
Yeah, and I just don't see someone ever using this instead of Electropod.
Yeah, same thing with the Thunderpoid. Just has so much more survivability also.
Is there a world where Hyper Ripper 1.0 has 115 strength? Is this a world we might live in the future?
What
Instead of
strength does it
110.
have right now?
110. It's a difference of 5. Is there a world where this happens?
I mean,
what does
I guess I couldn't
help
argue
you
with
actually?
that. I suppose.
The thing is, realistically, will this change anything? No.
No.
No, so we probably don't have to. But like,
What's the point then?
yeah, it's probably not worth it. I guess Hyper for 1.0 can sit in its corner.
No,
And then we just
I
adjust
think you
one.
just have to find something else to buff it with.
Yeah,
Like
like
something
Hard Shell
meaningful,
something
honestly.
more interesting.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true,
gonna
hard
be
shell
hard
figures
though,
out.
considering it's an alpha. You can't get
I was
it
gonna say
all
that.
too much, or it would just go crazy really fast.
Yeah, I feel like alphas can be
Spike
simple
Spine
and playing.
exists.
Spike Spine exists. True.
That's true.
True.
Like, we're not gonna go
That's
super
weird.
crazy, like plus 20 armor, obviously, but like we can do something creative with like some smaller numbers, probably.
Yeah. Is there a world where Hard Shell still costs 3, but it gives you +5 armor and +5 strength?
Plus 5 strength is nothing.
It's nothing.
Maybe
but it's...
maybe 10. I'd be okay with
10.
strength.
Yeah.
Hard
could be
Shell,
interesting.
I mean, I guess you could make it a separate attack, just call it something else, because I have so much Nanivore knowledge, I know this for a fact. The exact same attack is used for, Thundercrab 1.0 also has Hard Shell as an attack, so...
Yeah.
You'd be making a brand new one, basically.
That's true, that's true.
Fine.
You know what would be crazy if we just gave Hyper Ripper a +10 armor override as an alpha for 3
That
costs.
would be interesting. That would be cool. That would be very cool and unique for it.
Honestly, if you buff him with the armor and you change shells or auras to be cheaper, I think it's gonna be a fine adjustment.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, he's gonna be like a low-cost unit with a good amount of armor, so he can survive a little bit.
And he is higher swarm value too than most of the other alpha magnamods, right? So we could justify that +10 armor override.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool to have.
180 is a little bit high. Not sure if we can make a definitive decision right now, but
yeah, I'm fine with for now not touching it. Yeah,
we can leave it for now. But we'll be back, Hyper Ripper. Don't worry, we got our eye on you.
So the Hyper Tusks. Do we have anything that we want to change for the Hyper Tusks, or do we think that they're in good position?
I have an idea that might be a little bit crazy.
Yes.
But I like it for Hyper Tusk 1.0. Because right now, Infection and Fireplow, they do the same thing. However, we want there to be different options. And one of the things Hyper Tusk 1.0 can do is set up a speed override. And right now, speed's not that great. But what if Infection became funnier? What if Infection had like a 30 base strength or base power? But if you go first, it is 50. So it wants you to use speed overrides or speed removal. So Infection is not just another Fireplow, and it's if you outspeed, it does more damage. But if you don't, it does less damage. Could be funny.
I like it.
I like that.
I could see that becoming a bit much, maybe.
No.
But why? He's like a secondary damage dealer then in a team.
What scenario do you think it could pose a problem in, Alex?
You jolt up his speed, and well, you don't use his plus 25 speed override that he has. You give him plus 40 speed. Now he's up to like. How much speed is that? I think
85.
max jolted he's 40 speed.
40, yeah.
Yeah,
80
plus 40
with
more
plus
speed.
40.
If you really go high speed with Hypertusk 1.0, you can get him to 80 if you really want to. That's gonna be 50 damage off a 2-cost attack relatively often.
Yeah,
but
you're
but
also
you have to set
spending
it up.
a lot of
I was gonna
swarm
say
value
that.
for that.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
the last one
I
on
can
the setup build, right?
I can just whip out the face Stormer 3.0 and it's kind of over. It's gonna be consistent 30 damage if I do that.
And
lose
even
the
if you
stand
don't, like, you have to set up this whole scenario. Like, that's a 3-turn, or even 4, maybe.
Wait.
Like
Okay,
3-turn, right?
It doesn't even. Now that I'm thinking about it, you don't even necessarily have to give Hypertusk a lot of speed to go first. Or speed draining, I mean, is already a good option. So against other Magna mods, you speed drain them, then you bring out your Hypertusk to deal much more damage.
Yeah.
But that's strategy and skill, right? Because you're committing turns to reducing speed rather than doing pure damage. You're sacrificing damage to reduce the speed because you're either using something like Tremor. Exactly. So I feel like that's just part of the setup.
Yeah, if you set it up, and even if you like remove speed and to put it at 0, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be easy for the slow creatures, but for a faster one, it's just not good enough. And that's like at that point it becomes a situational play. So you can't really play for death for infection to deal damage, right? Only if you're playing against like slower matchups.
That's cool. There's also part of me that like I've always in my head had like Hypertusk and Electro Bull are like brothers to me. Like they have like a very similar body plan, and one of them is the big one, one of them is the two big tusks, and I kind of like the idea that one of the Electro Bulls has the go first against Hexites, and then one of the Hyper Tusks has the you want to go first against Magna mods. I just think there's like something funny about that like symmetry.
Why not?
I don't know. That's just cool. More of like it appeases me like aesthetically. But that's not really an argument for it, but I just think it's kind of neat to have that.
Why not? It's a cool idea.
It's a cool and it's unique and it encourages you to like swarm build around it.
Makes speed relevant.
Something new. Yeah. I mean speed is already the most relevant stat after health, of course, but I mean why not?
Alright, if that's what we really want to do. This balance patch is already giving me tons of devious ideas.
Good.
That's a good thing, because I started playing this game. I'm playing it like for 10 days, and I can already see that there is like 20 viable options out of 100 options. Like other 80s are just not playable, and that's really not good, right?
I wouldn't say Hypertusk 1.0 is unplayable right now. It's just a bit bland.
Yeah,
kind of like its design, honestly.
Yeah. Make Stinky a bit more interesting. He deserves it.
Stinky.
Yeah.
So,
okay, so we're
2.0,
saying.
do we have?
Wait, well, before we move on, so we're finalizing infection is going from 40 to 30 base damage. But if it goes first, then it does 50 base damage. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right, we can move on. Sorry, Alex.
All right. I mean, Hypertusk 2.0, I think Poison Stench needs to be changed into something more interesting. because it's an obvious like mutation choice. It just sucks.
Yeah, that's true. Is there a world where Poison Stench just decreases its cost by 1, or is that too boring?
I think it's still kind of whatever.
I mean we can do it. Boring, but it'd definitely be better, I suppose.
Here's the funny world that I like to live in. You poison Stench and then you click Infection, which you mutated in.
Well, yeah. Like I was saying, if you decrease
the funny
their
world
speed,
continue. Yeah. It is funny. It synergizes.
But you just end up playing Hypertusk 2 instead of 1, right?
Yeah.
That is true.
Like it's a 10 points in value difference, and I don't see a reason why then I should play 1.0 if I'm gonna just mute it.
Might be too good with that.
Yeah, I mean you could just mutate the attack, the infection attack from the 1.0 onto the 2.0. Yeah, deal even more damage because it has even a lot more strength.
Yeah. So, I mean, we can make Stench a bit more interesting. Poison Stench. Not sure. I'll have to. I wasn't super prepared for Wave 2, so I'll have to sit down and think about what we can do about it.
Yeah, there's obviously a lot of options. You could make it swap block. You can make it decrease strength. Really, any number of things.
What if we made it trade speed, like Mega Spike? So it removes speed from the opponent but gives you speed.
I don't know if that would be necessary. It already has an attack to give itself speed with the Tusk Tunnel.
I kind of like the swap block idea. I think the idea of like a 3 energy move that does minus 40 speed, even just like 1 swap block, like just for the turn. Because the swap block isn't spammable, but it makes sure whatever you have, I can hit next turn at minus 40 speed, which I think is kind of neat.
I'm actually not sure if there's an option in the game. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is there an attack in the game already that swap blocks and drains speed for its effect?
Yes, Spider Manta does that, and Knock Knocks as well on Hyper Spike Hornet.
Okay, yeah, Knock Knock's pretty good. Okay, so there is a couple. Suppose we could do that too, but yes, it does already exist. Okay.
We can revisit Poison Stench if we're not sure. I don't know if you're going to say something, Oliver.
Honestly, I think if Poison Stench is not at least take 60 this cost, maybe it's too much. I'm just gonna mutate into that infection that does 50 because it's good. It's really good. And then you have 2 ways to deal damage with Hypertusk 2, right? You have a Hyper Bleach with a combo, with Spike combo, and you have Infection.
Infection, yeah.
Yeah, Tusk Tunnel is another, but then there's a 3-way.
Yeah.
It looks much better with that new infection on 1.
Exactly, I've already made it much more interesting, and you know.
That just means that 1 can be either a little bit cheaper with new infection, so there is a reason to play 1 instead of 2. Or just buff Poison Stench a lot, which might be problematic later.
I do agree we might have to look at the swarm values, because if it's 265 versus 275, I mean 10 SV does matter, but is that enough of a difference?
It depends on the team. And sometimes it makes the team, sometimes you just have 50 lying around.
I will say Hyper Tusk 1.0 and 2.0 don't change stats all too much. They have the same health and same armor. They change just the strength and speed a little bit. The offenses, not the defenses.
Yeah.
Yeah, the speed's not too big, but the strength difference is definitely significant.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's 15.
140 is
let's check.
basically the highest in the game, aside from electropods.
If you put like infection and you like that's literally task tunnel, but one less cost, right? 2 less cost. My bad.
Yes, but you need to go first in order to do 50 damage. Otherwise, it's 30.
Yeah.
There's some RNG element to it, or it requires additional setup.
Of course, yeah. But he's already
now
speedy.
That I'm thinking about it, like putting infection onto the 2.0 would be really good. You have a way to increase your own speed through Tusk Tunnel, decrease the enemies with the whatever
and what?
acid
Not play
bubble
hyper
attack,
bleach.
and then if you go first, you have an attack for just big damage, low cost.
RNG forgiving.
Do you know what happens if you do that? You actually have two ways of playing them. You can play on the first attack of 2.0, or you can like combine all 3 attacks with the mutation without the hyper belch one, right? And you'll deal a little bit less damage, yeah, but it's a consistent damage, and you're always faster, always, sometimes not, I guess. And that's interesting, but which one's better? If just playing on a get red spike hit hard, right? Then all of this doesn't have a lot of point.
And another interesting thing about this is that it both encourages more speed removal to be used, but it also suffers from speed removal being used. Because if your opponent's using speed removal, then this updated idea for infection now sucks. Because if you have 0 speed, ooh, yikes!
But not really, because you have a task tunnel.
Even more usage of speed overrides. Because at that point,
It
they'd have
encourages
to
speed
remove
overrides.
your override to get rid of your speed.
Yeah, and true with Tusk Tunnel as well, but now you're spending 4 energy, right?
Yeah, but if enemy's on 0 and you're on 0, and you do task tunnel, next turn you're first, and you deal 50.
Yeah. And you know what? If you have to spend 4 energy for that, then that's fine. I think it's. Yeah, I don't think it. Yeah, personally, I don't know. I don't think it sounds too busted. I think it's.
It's all right. It's all right.
In general, I'd like to say that I'm fine with the new infection change. I'm just very wary of these two specific Nanivore, because at least as some of us know, the dev team knows, Hyper Tusk 2.0 was in the original game a part of like some of the most powerful teams that existed. And it hasn't
but that's
really
because
been debuffed since then, and this is gonna probably make it, well, it can only make it more powerful since it's an additional option.
I mean, it was a matter in the OBG just because it dealt double damage in round 2 with Red Spike. And like now that we did like the strength override, the strength steroid, it's too balanced, like it's too telegraphed. So it has actual counterplay. And that's what makes it way more balanced than whatever it was in the OBG.
That's fair enough. Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. And the meta is much different now in our game than the OBG.
Yeah.
So I think overall, what I'm getting from this is we're going to do the infection change, but maybe we leave Hypertusk 2.0 alone because of the mutation.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mutation opportunity is already a big enough thing for right now.
Yeah.
So hey, Dino. Mutation, this is very interesting. You have 2 ways of playing him. Old school hyper belch and the new idea with infection. I'm up for it. Why not? Because it never gets boring. You can play him with 2 different teams.
Different ways, yeah. Either go full speed or full strength steroid.
Exactly. And that's amazing. Good change, honestly. Unlucky for task 1, but task 2 gets a lot more interesting from him.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Hyper Blade. Do we have anything for the Hyper Blade?
Possibly base damage on Frost from 30 to 35.
I suppose that would be fine. I mean, it does.
Honestly,
it only is 30 right now, so it's a bit lower than expected.
It's too low. It's too low.
So.
Me when I realized I should have mutated my Frost into Fireplow a long time ago, I can't believe I haven't thought of doing that. Yeah, oh my gosh.
The Nano.
Oh my gosh, man! So I've been throwing.
That's actually very smart.
I've been throwing. My Hyperblade is literally level 100 because of how often I use it, and I just never at any point was like, yeah, I should swap out Frost.
Like Hyperblade, it looks to me like very, very good unit.
Oh, it is.
It is.
But
it's one of the best units in the game.
It is top 5
it has everything.
Yeah. It's super
we
good.
love Hyperblade in this server, in this community. We love Hyperblade.
Yeah, Hyperblade is one of the most meta-relevant Nanivore, and I think it's a healthy meta-relevant Nanivore. I don't think it's an unhealthy Nanivore.
I agree.
His damage ability is fair, because he's like stunned. Obliterate is amazing, and Frost is choice. With the spike,
Frost
it's fine.
Yeah,
I mean, I literally got to see. I literally got to saw how Thorn used that thing today, because I don't have a Hyperblade myself, and I was like, dang, that's actually a pretty solid guy.
Yeah, no, it's really good. It's a really good Nanivore. I think it's really good for the game. I don't think it needs to be touched. I think this is like the gold standard of like, this is a very interesting, flexible, unique Nanivore that stands out.
Yeah.
Well, outside of increasing its Frost damage a little bit, do we still want to do that?
I think everything else is completely fine.
Yeah.
I like the Swarm value 275. I think it's nice because you can slot it into quite a few swarms without giving up your optionality. So agree with everything T-Thorn said.
Great, fantastic Nanivore, very healthy.
Totally unbiased, right, T-Thorn?
I'm unbiased, but I love myself a Hyperblade, and I think more people should use them. I'm shocked at the amount of people that aren't using them in my tournament matches.
But not everybody has it. You have to evolve it twice.
Yeah. That's the first thing literally the first thing I did when I started grinding for a team was, okay, I'm gonna get a Hyperblade immediately.
Yeah,
like, I don't know what team I'm gonna make, but I know I'm gonna have Hyperblade.
It's always, or I'd say the majority of the time when you see a Hyperblade, a Battle Kraken 3.0 is not long to follow. They're basically tied to each other because of how good a combo it is.
They're a good combo, but I don't think it's a necessary combo. 99% of the time, if I'm using Hyperblade, I don't have a Battle Kraken because I don't think it requires one to be good.
Yeah, I mean,
it synergizes really well, but it's definitely not mandatory.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But they will be seen a lot together. I think when I see other people use it, I almost always see the Hyperblade plus Battle Kraken combo. But I think people should not always be doing that. I think people are too scared of the downside of Hyper Slash, but like you can just play around it, and then it's fine.
Yeah.
In my opinion, but I know people want to get greedy with the Battle Kraken thing, but this is my word of advice to everyone. You don't need Battle Kraken. It's still one of the best Nanivore in the game without it. Trust.
Yeah, and honestly, you lose a lot of space with two of them. Like, you go, to 550?
Yeah, 550 with the two.
Yeah.
So you're spending a lot for that.
And it's unique. I mean, I'm going to shout out Trixie here in the chat. I think Nanivore uniqueness is important, especially for the future. It'll give more strategies and personality to the Nanivore. And I feel like Hyper Slash is one of those things that it's like an iconic move. So much damage, but you stun yourself, and that's like the unique proposition the Hyperblade offers.
I would never change Hyper Slash. I think if there's one move or one of few moves that's never going to get changed. It's probably Hyper Slash.
Yeah, first, I would like to see more moves like this, because trade-off is big. You lose him for 2 turns. Yeah. You even, if you're like stun locked, he's gonna die. You can use it if he's about to die, so it's a good trade-off. But I want to see something else like this, like you do a lot of damage, but maybe you get stunned or something else. I don't know what, like you give enemy a dodge for 2 turns. I don't know.
Jeez.
I
think
maybe not.
I think there's a reason why there aren't more of those kind of attacks, though. Like, it'd be... I mean, stunning yourself isn't necessarily that great of an experience. I mean, you do the big thing and then you just can't use them for a while. So I can understand why that's not like a bigger part of the game. It exists,
but it's a skill to know when to use him and when to put him away, right? It's a kind of a skill expression. You use him at the right time. You can either switch or you know if he's gonna die, so you use the attack when it's needed, and then you can spam Frost or the other attack.
Yeah. Now I'll also say we've been just glazing Hyperblade.
I was going to say the same thing. I think we all agree. I think we all agree. We all love Hyperblade. We're going to
what an outstanding character.
Yeah, Blade Glazer.
No one hates Hyperblade.
We love Hyperblade in this household.
Yeah, simply the greatest fella.
Okay, guys, so let's up. What's next on the list?
It's the dogs.
Yeah. We got the dogs. All right.
Yeah, Rumble Hounds.
Oh yeah. Well, I was just gonna make a joke. I was gonna be like, all this talk about Hyperblade. Back in my day, he went by Adam Slicer.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
Adam
except he went by Hyperblade first, unfortunately. So.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the hounds.
Yeah.
Do we have any changes that we want for the hounds? Or even the 3.0? I don't have it listed here, but...
I mean 3.0
we didn't even go over the 3.0 for the Mega Scorpions. I assume that we're all thinking that Mega Scorpion 3.0 and Rumblehound 3.0 are in a good spot.
Yeah, I think it's in a good spot. I don't know how I feel about a Magnamod just having a no strings attached energy removal move. I don't know how I feel about that, like, aesthetically, but balance-wise, I have no issue.
Yeah.
Well, a guy is special.
Yeah. It's a little quirky.
Yeah. His eyes are blue, so he's maybe a Hexate in a way.
I did actually fight against him earlier in the day when I was going through the midnight, and yeah, he's actually pretty balanced. I love the animations, by the way.
Thank you.
Well done. So yeah, I'd say he's pretty balanced.
Yeah, I don't have anything big to say about the Rumble Hounds. Maybe 2.0 gets better when defense has a cost decrease, perchance.
Definitely.
Oh.
Will it be used there? Who knows?
Good stats. But what about 1.0? He has nothing but, except growl.
Yeah.
Growl is a fine move.
If growl is ever needed, we've got a growl user. that's all
yeah.
I mean, I've made particular uses of growl, but
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Not exactly in the any sort of conventional way.
Mm-hmm.
Not one of the top tier attacks, but it has its uses.
Yeah.
And then... which is fine. You can't make everything the most top tier thing ever.
No,
so
exactly.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I think the Rumble Hounds are fine. Does anyone have anything to say about Rumble Squid?
The Rumble Squid is really interesting.
I'll just go back to Rumblehound 2.0 real quick. Sorry. Breakthrough needs a new red spike bonus. That's kind of it.
Well, yeah. Same thing for the Rumble Squid. Actually, they have the same
exactly true.
Red spike bonus on both of them, and it's just
true.
Basically, all of them that remove armor for spike It's just not great.
No, that's shit.
Should they both just be like has armor piercing and more base power while you have a red spike, don't consume it type deal?
I suppose you could do that, but I mean, it'd be kind of, I don't know. That doesn't
I don't know,
really
you have a
exist that much, but it
defense.
feels kind of just lazy to replace all of them like that.
That is true, but I think if specifically for Rumble Squid, it makes sense because right now it's kind of crazy how Rumbler and Eraser have anti-synergy with each other.
Yeah,
because
that
like
is also
I'm
very
like,
true.
oh, I
very
want
true.
Eraser to remove my enemy's override, so I'm going to use Rumbler to bank one energy. I then lose my red spike and can't get the effect from Eraser, which is like what?
Yeah,
that actually is a very fair point.
So
You know
I
what
think
would be
Rumbler should
crazy if
not
we
remove.
kept the remove 10 armor effect on those kind of attacks, but just made it not remove the spike, so you just have the ability to remove armor from fools constantly.
The insane armor
That's
rule.
yeah, and at some point it doesn't
is
matter.
funny. Yeah, so
Like
I
you're
think
gonna do it 2 times, right, and stop.
yeah, like maybe Breakthrough can consume Red Spike for something else, but I feel like Rumbler should not consume Red Spike. I kind of like Rumble
I
Squid's thing
totally
being that he
agree
doesn't.
on that. That's something
Yeah.
I would vouch for.
Yeah, Rumble Squid is not just not a consumer. That's
Not a consumer. He's
Consumer.
smart.
Consume. Okay, so Rumble Squid, I think we all agree Rumble Squid. And I mean, honestly, for 335 swarm value, I think that's justified to make it not consume. So
yeah,
Used to
the
cost
Rumbler,
even so much more.
yeah.
Hilariously
So we'll
enough,
no
that's
longer-
exactly how it reads in the wiki.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, there we go. Will no longer consume red spike.
Is there any other changes we want to make for the Rumble Squid, or do we think that that's about all that it needs?
I think that's
if
probably
we get a
fine.
2.0 version, you should make him brown like he was in Evolution.
I'd go for blue, but yeah.
Oh yeah, the blue and yellow one, that was good.
Yeah.
He's sick.
They would cost
Not bad at either
$390.
$390.
Yeah. No, I don't think we'll ever add anything that passes Electropod 3.0.
I sure hope
Fair
not.
No, there's no way. Yeah, I think that's good. So are we going to change Rumbler, but are we going to leave Breakthrough as is for now, or do we want to change Breakthrough on 2.0?
I'm down to change Breakthrough as well.
I would buff it.
Yeah, I would completely change it. I have to think of something. I have some ideas. The first thing that popped into my head right now while we were talking is like with the red spike you get bonus damage based on your armor. But then I realized I could just mutate that on 3.0 and it would be super broken.
Oh
because
yeah.
it gets armor.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, I kind of retracted on that. I'll think of something.
We can
think of it. We can think of it. Yeah.
Okay.
What if she does damage based off enemy's armor?
I mean, that's
like
just
it's not
kind
much.
of armor ignoring, isn't it? The
Yeah.
same thing, unless it does like more damage, like than just like per point, I guess.
Well, let's say like every
you have armor, like just
for every point of armor you get.
damage.
Yeah, for every point of armor you get like 2 damage bonus.
That
so like on 15 armor, that would
crazy,
be.
though. I'm not sure if that would be balanced.
It would be like a counter attack against armor.
What are you up against? Somebody with 10 points of armor, you're going to be doing plus 20 damage. That's that's a lot.
It is.
Energy,
but it's not armor
one.
piercing. So it kind of goes back to being 10 damage because it's not armor piercing.
Yeah, that's 40 damage off of 1 with no downside.
But
no, you
the downside
spike
you use
then,
it.
right?
You use the spike. Yeah, you use the turn.
I guess that's not really all that far off from. Yeah, what we were talking about last night for the Spike Hornet 2.0. It's basically just this, but like more conditionally based on the target
And
having
the armor.
armor.
And this one consumes the spike.
Oh, and this one can. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like you'd really need your opponent to have like a massive amount of armor, but I guess
and it's gonna be good in situations against like heavy armored team comps, right?
Yeah.
I think the maximum armor that you can get right now, outside of like Rumblehound 3.0 shenanigans, is like 35.
35, yeah, which is 70 damage. Well, 35 because it's gonna get 35 is half is gonna get reflected.
Yeah, that's. I guess that being the ceiling is enough, I suppose. Wouldn't be able to reach that very often for sure.
Yeah, but if the changes are made for our auras, it's gonna be much easier to make. So this ability, if it gets like changed like that, is gonna be much more useful for dealing damage.
All right. I guess we all agree that that's a fine change that we want for the 2.0.
I'm down for it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You want to write that down, Phil?
Yeah, I'm writing it down right now. So Rumblehound 2.0. And now Dakatsa in the chat 2.0 is a bit overpriced. So yeah, if we make this change, hopefully not so overpriced. So Breakthrough is going to do 30 base damage still. However, with the red spike, it will do an additional 2 damage times the amount of armor the opponent has. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is non-armor piercing.
Yeah, not armor
piercing. Yeah, non-armor piercing.
Still consumes and not armor piercing.
I suppose it would effectively be the same thing if you just made it ×1 and armor piercing, but that's just semantics, I suppose.
Yeah.
But you know, you can then put different armor.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I think I like the change. I like both changes to the Rumble, Squid, and Hound. So I think we can scurry along to the next one.
Yeah, to the Thunderpoids.
I love my Thunderpoids.
Oh yeah, because we already y'all probably already went over Shock Rumbler already.
Oh, no, Shock Rumbler.
We'll get that when we hit the Shock family.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Oh
Thunderpoint. Yeah.
Thunderpoint 1.0, my beloved. Does it need to be touched? Probably not, but it's also really good.
It's fine as is, yeah.
I suppose not, but its health is a bit high. That's probably the only thing I would change, if anything. But
yeah, but it's not alarmingly high. It's not breaking the game to be like nerfed immediately. I do agree with you.
Thunderpoint 1.0 is just really good, but not broken.
Because like Thunderpoint 1.0 has the same survivability as a Psy Blaster, which is 215, I think.
210.
210, yeah. Less. Yeah, the cyber slicer is 215. My bad. But yeah, I mean, honestly, it's fine as is. We can look into it. If it does become a problem, but I highly doubt it.
I don't think an Alpha Nanophore can ever necessarily become a problem. It just kind of exists in the state that
to
it
be
does.
to be a supporter, yeah.
War Charger 1.0, when it had 10 armor, it was never necessarily like super broken, but it was still like you never chose any other blue spiker than him, so it's
that was the problem.
Weird spot for an Alpha Nanophore to be particularly strong.
With Thunderpoint, though, I feel like I rarely see it. Honestly, I see mostly Tank Walkers and Mega Scorpions, and
because they're iconic.
Yeah.
A lot of people just pick Nanovore they like instead of like what is optimal.
I realize,
and we follow the Pokemon rule here.
The only reason why I use Electropod on my tournament team and not Thunderpoid is because I don't have the 5 Storm value to spare. If I did, I would not be using Electropod.
Yeah,
right. Like
it comes down
so
to
good.
Storm value a lot more often than you may think, even just 5 points.
Yeah. Like the 5 is shockingly relevant, but yeah, no, Thunderpoint 1.0 is like one of the best Alpha Nanivore in the game, arguably the best. But I won't get into that. But it is definitely one of the best.
Agree.
But it's not too overwhelming because it's not it's not the perfect one.
Yeah.
Like,
honestly, it might be a skill issue on my part, but I've just been having a hard time finding a place for Thunderpoint to or fit into my swarms or like have it work for me.
Mm-hmm. No, if you just need like a bulky, cheap nanivore that can bank, this is the best one. Right?
Actually,
like it does
yeah.
like kind of like a lot of people have like a plasma lash to like just try to do cheap one cost attacks to do chip damage and bank. Thunderpoint just does that job way better. It costs more. It costs more swarm value, but it does the same job but better. So if you have a swarm value to spare.
I'll give it a shot next time I fight.
Yeah. But no, I think doesn't need to be touched. 2.0? Probably fine.
I think, yeah, I think 2.0 is generally fine. Does it... How big is its swap block? I think it has a swap block on one of its attacks. Like
it is very
4
big.
rounds.
Yeah.
30 damage.
Yeah, but I just don't think Thunderpoint 2.0 is problematic right now, so I just don't feel the need to nerf something that's not
it just exists, yeah.
Well,
That's why do people use it?
partially know why maybe a lot of people aren't using Thunderpoint 2.0.
Mm-hmm. 3.0 does exist.
Yeah.
But 3.0 2.0 is so different.
Yeah.
Well, now you have three stun blocks.
If you want to do a turn 1 strength override, Thunderpoint 2.0 is not a bad option. It might even be the best option.
I mean, it's a lot. Doesn't it cost about the same as Electroball 1.0, but it's just so much more bulky?
Yeah, 245.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's only a slight difference, but yeah, the bulk is big. No, I think it's fine. I say no touch.
I tend to agree. Yeah, I don't think I'd really be having any problems keeping it the same.
Mm-hmm. Now I see you have some stuff noted down.
Yeah, Thunderpoint 3.0 on the other hand, I think we have to talk about.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't know. What do I mean?
Is that's
Dodge is getting nerfed. Look, Dodge is getting nerfed, so it won't. It's probably still the best dodge setter in the game, but now dodge setting is not as good.
Wait, what's its dodge percentage?
Well, no, it's the best dodge setter in the game because it has insane bulk and all good moves and dodge. Its dodge isn't better; it just has 140 health and 10 armor and can remove overrides.
And it has a 2 cost attack that does 60 base damage, which is the standard for 4 cost attacks.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
if you get
like we've seen recently, you can mutate a 1 energy cost attack onto it so it can bank.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you nerf like the damage one, everybody's gonna mutate, right?
Well, if they want to mutate it out, if we make it weaker, that's fine, I suppose. As long as Firestorm isn't broken anymore.
Yeah.
Because
that's why
we shouldn't be planning to like nerf it into the ground, but I'm just like, we can all agree the place that it is in right now is not a place that we want it to be.
That is fair. It is currently arguably at the number 1 spot. This thing is so good. It might not be the best Nanivore, but you could argue that it's the best Nanivore.
If you can argue that it's the best Nanivore.
Yeah. And it's the best for very degenerate reasons. Yeah. Honestly,
too much utility, too much damage in one.
If Firestorm was, I don't know, personally, I'd go for either 30 or 50. So, like, the average is 40.
I
makes sense?
would normally agree with that. I know Borisov said the same thing. But my problem with it is sort of the same thing as Dodge as it is. Or kind of sort of even as it will be with the new balance change if you don't, remove it or whatever. As long as you hit that 50% chance, it's essentially as powerful as the attack from Spike Spine 3.0 was in the original balance. I just don't like the idea of that personally. Just getting lucky enough to deal still OP levels of damage, even though the RNG should supposedly balance it. We all know how RNG works at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily give you something that will make sense.
Yeah, Dodge is a prime example.
Yeah, I guess I just feel like the dodge cost increase, plus if Fireswarm is quote unquote on average 40 base power, like is Thunderport 3.0 still going to be good? Yes, but like I'm fine with Thunderport 3.0 being a good nanivore.
Yeah,
even
I'm
being
fine
one of the
with
better
it too.
ones.
I'm just saying that these two options are what I would personally want for it.
Yeah.
This is a bit more extreme, I would think, because it changes the EN cost too.
Yeah.
But if we were to keep the EN cost the same, I'd personally want it to be 35-45 instead of 30-50.
Honestly, with the new Dodge, if it's 4, you have to pass turn with him, right? So every dodge is very telegraphed now, and you can set up to stop it. And then, if they activate it too early, they cannot obliterate or swap lock your obliterate user and just kill him. So maybe it's not that bad. Cause
yeah. Sorry, go ahead. I was going to say, reading through the chat, so Decab brought up something interesting, giving 3.0 a strength nerf. So, what if we did 30-50, like Boris and Thiethorn were saying, but we decreased the strength by 5, from 125 to 120? Would that be like a middle ground, you think?
What would that bring its damage down to?
That's my question. Would that...
It would be a successful hit would be 60 damage.
Sure on the 50 side.
Yeah, a successful hit would be 60.
60.
And unsuccessful would be 36, yeah.
Yeah, 36.
Yeah. So 36 and 60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
If you get 36, you're crying.
Well, yeah. That's basically not that off from what it is right now, so you're already crying if you get 30 instead of the massive 60, but I guess 60 doesn't really sound all that bad, because you can deal at the highest levels of like 2 energy cost attacks like 56 damage, right? If you have
but this doesn't need setup, you just need luck.
You can deal 56 pretty consistently.
Yeah.
So I guess 60 isn't really all that bad.
Yeah, but even then, I still don't think the strength nerf might be necessary with that, because like if it's at 125 strength, like it would be 62.
63 because it circles onto.
It rounds up. Okay.
Yeah, it rounds up.
Yeah.
So it'd be 63, which, and again, it's either 63 or 38, which is still like, that's still a big. It still evens out. I don't know. I guess I don't see it as being
out. I'm just saying, and we have to remember jolts also exist.
Jolts do exist.
Yeah,
I think we're underestimating how big the dodge nerf is going to be.
So there is that to consider.
With jolts, though, you could. I mean, every nanivore has access to jolts, so I don't know if I would use jolts as the basis for. I mean, gun to my head, I would probably err on the side of let's go 30-50 and leave the strength as is because of the dodge nerf. But
yeah, I think we're underestimating how big the dodge nerf is going to be because needing to pass and then having no energy to use on the next turn or no extra energy to use is like a big difference between passing and having one free energy. Like that is a very, very significant thing for the early game.
That's why I'm thinking people gonna start using one cost attack instead of, even though the damage is very good on Fire Sword. You just don't have the energy.
Yeah.
You need to have Obliterate if there's gonna be double dodge situations.
Yeah.
If there's gonna be too much armor situation. And probably cheaper attack is gonna be just better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I guess I agree on Firestorm going down, but I still want it to be thrilling. Thrilling.
Yeah. Yeah. Going minus 15 damage on successful proc might be a little too much.
Now that we're on the topic of Fireswarm, what do you think we do some revisions to Solid Strike or Wisecrack to not be like complete zero, but at least something if you fail?
I would love that personally. Personally, I would love that, but
because I think doing nothing is too punishing, especially because those attacks cost more than 2 energy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be open to that. But okay, so just wrapping up Thunderpoint 3.0 here. It sounds like we're gonna go Fireswarm 30-50.
Yeah, I think most of us
That's
are
the most general consensus, and then we can kind of watch it to see if it's still a problem, Alex, and if it's still kind of problematic, then we can do an emergency nerf to bring it down to 45.
Yeah, and then the funny thing about Thunderpoint 3.0 is literally all of its moves will have been nerfed.
Well, grab
had a cost increase, dodge gets a cost increase. No, because grab used to cost 2. It needed a nerf.
Yeah.
It did need a nerf. But I just think it's funny that grab has gone from 2 to 3, dodge has gone from 3 to 4, Fireswarm's max damage has decreased. Everything is going against this Nanowar.
I didn't even
crazy.
think it used the cost 2. That's insane.
Yeah, no, grab was 2.
I can't
listen to this situation. Double Thunderpoint, one you, one opponent, and you both start with a dodge, for example, or don't. I don't know. There's gonna be a mind game. Everybody's gonna pass first, and then who's gonna use dodge first? So somebody's gonna grab them.
Yeah.
And then, are you gonna use Fireswarm or are you gonna use SWAT, so you can deal consistent damage and have always grab ready?
He's not thinking with the big brain there.
No, for sure. When people start playing a little bit more competitively, this unit's gonna be played in half of the teams.
I think it'll still be good.
Yeah. So you have to mind game around them, like who's gonna be playing better Thunderpoint.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I'm good on Thunderpoint if everyone else is.
Yeah. I think we're probably good.
What's next?
Thunder Crabs.
Mr. Squidward.
Okay.
But yeah, no, Thunder Crab.
Do we have any important thoughts on Thunder Crabs?
I mean, he does
hard shell
do
needs
the
to be
largest
changed.
swap block in the game with the red spike.
It is funny.
That is true.
That is very funny.
But here's the question: do you really need that much swap block?
No.
I think 4 is more than enough to like finish someone off, and if you don't, it's kind of your issue.
Yeah.
I can actually
kind of see funny. There's a world where pinch should be slightly adjusted because it's the same thing as SWAT, but that's not super urgent.
Yeah, I agree. maybe we'll just move the swap block onto pinch and like lower it to 3 instead of 5, just because it's a 1-cost attack.
That's true, but I just think that the idea of swap block 5 is funny. I think that's like a part of its charm, you know?
Right.
It's unique. It would be unique if we left it there because no other
Yeah.
animal in the game has that.
I'm not like urgent to adjust Thundercrab 1.0, but I think maybe pinch could be different to make it stand out if needed.
Oh.
I certainly don't see people using Thundercrab 1.0.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing to use. Hardshell sucks in like high level play. Clamp, I mean, it exists, and like I think,
funny.
I mean, the spike bonus is kind of like unique, but I mean, I don't see any use of it. Like, I don't know. That's just. I do think it like
use Tangler, right? To have
what if
to touch
pinch
cheaper.
was one of those funny moves that has like 25 base power, but has 35 base power against enemies that are swap blocked to kind of play into it.
Oh yeah, like
something
Mega
like
Scorpion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's a world where that happens. Do we want that?
I'd be okay with that, honestly. Yeah, you can like red spike into clamp and then just pinch your opponent, while also like building up your energy. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
I'm down for it. So pinch.
And then like the 5 swap block would make sense because you're pinching them for like low damage. You're not like nuking your enemy.
So exactly. Them to death.
Yeah.
You're clamping them and then pinch.
That would make him very slightly more effective. I don't think he would even survive against most Nanvor for 5 rounds just pinching them.
That is true. That is true, but it did its job, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, built up energy so that your other heavy hitters can come in.
Yeah.
To sweep. And if you're clamping like an alpha nanivore, or if you strategize and you figure out, okay, let me do clamp now on this spike spine 1.0, then that's like a good play. So I'm down for it.
All right.
What if you make him like steal strength or something with a pinch? If somebody is unlocked, like steal some stats.
Yeah, I could also see that being neat.
That could be. So, I think we're all in agreement that we should have a bonus if the opponent is swap blocked.
Yeah.
But what we need to decide is, do we want that bonus to be additional damage, or remove some source stat?
They'll not remove it, but steal it. I think stealing might even be crazier, and I like it because you can either choose to like pinch, and like increase your damage from pinch, or like rotate between pinch and clamp, because your clamp is going to get increased in damage as well if it like steals, like let's say, 5 or 7 strength per pinch on a swap locked enemy.
Yeah.
We can go with 5 because that's a net 10, right? That's a 5 from the opponent and then 5 for you, so that's
And he's gonna survive a little bit more, so that pinch is gonna be better.
Yeah.
But ability in itself is fine, so watch out.
So if opponent is swap blocked, remove 5 strength from them and gain 5 strength.
Yeah.
And then wouldn't Hardshell just go up from 5 to 10 because of the armor rebalancing that we're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that.
Yeah, because Hardshell's the same one that Hyper Ripper has, right?
I mean, we can separate them to make them unique for each nanowar, but I mean, 5 armor on like 245 nanowar makes no sense. It's very bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Hardshell plus 10.
Yeah.
Because that would just make it consistent. If it's going to, we either decrease it to 2, so it's consistent with everything else, or we increase it to 10, so it's,
Yeah. I think increase to 10 is more vibing.
Okay, no, I like it. I'm excited for Thunderbolt 1.0 then.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Thundercraft
What about
2.0.
2.0?
I've actually faced against this guy recently, so I feel like I know what I'm gonna say when I talk about him.
Mm-hmm.
I think, as crazy as it sounds, I think he's actually pretty balanced, considering all the different style of attacks he's got. Because he's got armor piercing, he's got power play, which increases both speed and strength.
Mm-hmm.
And he does swap blocking for 3 turns. I think that's what it says. Yeah, that's what Stunner does.
Yeah,
Stunner is insane.
Stunner is overtuned. I wanted to say that as well.
Oh.
And actually, if you give him a pinch, Stunner is very broken. So probably nerf Stunner.
No, I don't want to touch Stunner.
I would just remove the damage from Stunner. Just keep it like grab, basically.
No, I think Stunner should have damage. I think it should. I know the thing is, Stunner on paper is way too good of a move to exist. The thing that you forgot to mention, Dino, is that Stunner also removes enemy overrides. So it does damage, removes their override, and swap blocks them.
Yeah.
Stunner is like the most insane move that exists. But
That's
it only exists. It only exists on Thundercraft 2.0, and I like that. It's unique. It's special. It is the best move you've ever seen, but you need to bring this 290 Nandivore with 115 health and 15 speed if you want it.
I will remind you, Borisav, in one of our previous discussions on balance, I know you don't agree now, but I was actually a person who wanted the move to be nerfed in the past. I don't know if it needs to be nerfed now, but you specifically argued that because Thundercrab 2.0 is so slow that the move can stay as it is right now.
But what if you buff power play? So there's something to put on him.
I think we already tried buffing power play. I don't think we need to make it even stronger.
Yeah, power play is just
too good.
The thing is, if it costs 4, it's too good. If it costs 5, it's not good. So it's like, all right, we'll leave it at 5.
Limitation. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I like Thundercrab 2.0 as is. I don't want to touch it. I think it's like a good Nanivore that probably should be seeing more play than it actually is. I think people just don't have the collections.
Costly.
Yeah.
It's costly.
Every attack that it has costs like so much. You need to bring so much energy generation to even have it be able to do anything other than pass. So.
Well, actually, now you're gonna have a chance with a pinch. Like you do Stunner, you do pinch, you do pincer, and then you can't do anything. I know you get pinch again, I guess, and then Stunner again, and like loop.
All right.
I feel like it's slow enough, it's squishy enough, it costs enough SV to where it's not going to be too overpowered.
It's
you have
not
to build
a problem,
your entire swarm around it.
Yeah. This thing is being underused fully. This thing should be
Tank Strider 2.0, even though it has the 15 armor, it's slightly squishier and it costs a lot more.
Yeah.
But Stunner is so good.
Well, everyone and their brother has freaking Tank Strider 3 out here.
Yeah. It's good. I love my Tank Strider 2.0. But okay, I think we're all good then. We're gonna leave Thundercrab 2.0 alone and kind of see how it functions with a new pinch.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Now I see the Psy Blasters are on the table next.
Psy Blaster, the giant enemy spider.
I don't have anything to say about the 1.0 variant.
Same.
Yeah, the 1.0 is just kind of mid, but like that's just how it is, unfortunately. It's fine. It exists.
The 2.0 variant, on the other hand, as a PSI Blaster 2.0 enjoyer, I can admit that it probably needs a swarm value increase by a fair bit.
Yeah, I agree. It is insane that it was 255. I don't know what they were thinking when they made it that cost. Yeah. No, absolutely. It's on par with other Nanivore of the same cost. And even better than a lot of them.
Yeah. I'm fine with increasing its swarm value personally because I can just switch back to Electropod 2.0 because it's still in that slot.
Yeah, the biggest problem was just that
I can basically just turn it
invalidated.
into a Diet PSI Blaster 2.0.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No,
I'm
like
on
straight
board
up,
with the
you're
change.
right. No, I fully agree with this. Like Alex, 100%. I have no qualms. No qualms.
Yeah.
No, no, no,
270.
270. Do we want it 270 or 275?
I think
Probably fun.
270 for now. But I could
For now,
see a
yeah.
world where it's 275. But 270 for now, I think.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right. Next up, I suppose.
Yes, the Shock
Shock
Rumbler.
Shock Rumbler.
No, Shock Rumbler is one of the more complex Nanivore.
It is.
I have thoughts, but I'll let everybody else go first if you have things to say.
I think Rumble Pulse needs some changes. Obviously, it's awful.
Yes. Correct.
Kickoff is fine. I like it. Shocker is fine. Static Boom. I think the armor kind of begs it down to be not as good as some other 5-cost attacks, but
it's
usable
at least. I mean, I've certainly gotten value out of it, so I wouldn't say that needs to be changed specifically, but I agree on Rumble Pulse.
Yeah, Rumble Pulse needs obvious changes.
Reeks.
Yeah, because from how I'm reading this, it just takes away 10 strength, but with a yellow spike override, it also does damage.
But 35, which is low.
Yeah, not even that much damage.
Yeah.
I'd say just switch that around. Have it do like 35 damage, but with a yellow spike, it takes away 10 energy.
I would never use that yellow spike regardless.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And 35
Yellow
is like
spike
below
minus
average
90
for 2
strength.
energy anyway, so.
Mm-hmm.
I do have an idea for it, but it doesn't really tie in with it having a spike bonus, though, unfortunately. So either I'd have to come up with something for it, or somebody else would.
What's your idea?
Make it a hex. Something like a minus 15 strength hex on the opponent for maybe 6 rounds, including the round that it's used, something like that.
I would say since hexes are still not in the game, if he can steal strength 2 with spike.
Oh yeah.
It's a setup, so he can steal a little bit more, and switch it up so he deals damage, and with spike he steals strength, so he take and he gets like 15 maybe, because you need a lot of setup.
All right.
I like that idea because, yeah, we don't have hexes yet, so I think that hex idea is interesting, but probably revisit that once that's in the game. So you're saying, Oliver, minus 10 strength base, but then with the yellow spike, you take even more strength and you gain strength that you stole?
Yeah, for example, I was thinking like you deal 35, but he has so many damage dealing abilities, so maybe you can
Yeah.
just get strength. I don't know. It's a weird one because everything he does is deal damage and something else. And this one especially does not deal damage, but you have spike, it deals. So it's a little bit weird. It's switched up. Why don't you go like 35 damage? And with the spike, he takes 10 energy and give it to himself.
I would be okay with sapping 10 strength, giving yourself 10 strength, and it does consume the yellow spike, and then that would be kind of what Plasma Locust does with the 3 cost move, but except Plasma Locust doesn't consume it.
I mean, is there a world where we just make it so it base removes 10 strength, consume yellow spike, it still does the damage even at this same rate, but you just gain 10 strength? Is there a world
Could
where
be an option too.
You always take strength.
Yeah, so you always remove the enemy strength, and then you yellow spike, so now you gain strength and then also hit them.
So
but it's effectively the same thing, which is a little bit more.
Yeah, but is there a reason to use spike then?
Yeah, because you gain strength. You're gaining strength. You're gaining strength, and you do
damage. 10 strength. Would you say is that a good number or?
I think not? 10 strength and 35 damage for a spike sounds pretty decent.
Yeah, that sounds good for a spike. What I'm concerned about actually is making it something you could still use without the spike.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's too good without the spike and not good enough with the spike. But for me at least.
Yeah, because you would never just pay 2 energy for minus 10 strength.
Actually, 3 energy. Because you need to use a spike.
Well, I wouldn't view it that way because you're going +1 on energy. So on one turn you go up 1 energy. So after you do it, you'll have 1 extra.
Yeah. True.
Right. It's just the turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
It isn't exactly wrong to view it that way, but it's just a bit different.
Yeah.
You usually are trying to get like more than a 1 energy value if you're consuming a spike on an attack, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And is it that much of a problem if the move needs the yellow spike? Like, I think that's fine because it has enough other moves to make up for that. Like, we can.
I suppose so. It just wouldn't give you like. You either use the kickoff for a 1 energy move or the shocker for 3 energy. You just wouldn't have a decent 2 energy option unless you're spiking into it, so.
Yeah, and I think that's fine. And just if you want to, yeah, if you spike into it, then it could just be a good, like, you yellow spike, get into it, get a pretty significant strength offset, do some chip, and now I can, maybe swap block something in or do other things with it. And that seems decent to me. But
we already have Slash from Mega Doom as a precedent for this, where Slash doesn't do damage unless you have that yellow spike. So I'm cool with adding +10 strength to the yellow spike bonus, or we can flip it around completely and make it do 35 base without the spike, and then with the spike it does the strength sap plus giving you the 10 strength. Either one of those two options to me sound solid.
If I were
I think I just prefer make it better. So go ahead.
If I were to give my opinion personally, I'd say the 35 base damage for 2 energy would be slightly better than the alternative because it does give you like technically some kind of option that would be better than something else in certain situations. But just draining 10 strength for 2 energy in the alternative route just wouldn't be usable, really. I guess I'm just thinking about like this guy isn't always going to have a spike, and you're not always going to be building him onto yellow spike teams anyway, so.
Yeah, but then if you're not putting on a yellow spike team, you can just mutate it out. I don't know, like, because if you're not using a yellow spike team and it's 35 base strength, then like just swap it for poison sting.
That's fine. He's very expensive as it is, so If you want to play around red spike, yellow spike, or non-spike at all, it's fine. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I just don't see a problem with Rumble Pulse not being good without the yellow spike, but being pretty solid if you have the yellow spike. But
yeah, I'm with you there.
I think then let's add +10 strength to Rumble Pulse with the yellow spike. Everyone okay with that?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Rumble Shock Rumbler by itself doesn't have a lot of strength, if not jolted anyways, so why not?
Yeah. Even the jolt, it's like average for this class, right?
Yeah.
I'd say the strength is on the lower end even.
It is.
110 is...
For almost 300 swarm value, 110 is like... That's something like some alphas do. It's very low.
Yeah, because even Electropod hits 120.
Yeah.
Do we want to buff the strength too? Or do we just think leave the Rumble Pulse and then we'll...
Yeah, I think just the Rumble Pulse should be fine.
Yeah, no, why not? If you play... maybe not. Just let him combo a little bit, and then
we can test it out.
Because he has a static boom and with nice strength buff. Honestly, it hits a lot. It's just expensive.
Todd also in the chat brought up, would it be out of the question to raise the strength drain effect? So like instead of 10 for 2, it was like 15.
That could make it a bit too powerful if you are using
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I was thinking if we do that, we don't buff strength. You just put static boom 1 energy lower, so he can like go into it next, and it deals a little bit more damage, and hopefully survives, so he can do all of that.
I think
everyone. It seems like we're all good with Rumble Pulse, and then we'll leave it for now.
Yeah,
that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. So
only that, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, then we can revisit.
Yeah, I gotta leave now. Because good night. I'll see the full stream tomorrow, so I'll be up to date, I guess.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Thanks for stopping by, Oliver.
Thank you.
See ya.
See you around, man.
Okay.
All right.
What's
next?
The
War Thunderer. I'm probably going to leave after this as well. But we must talk about War Thunderer first. I'll get through all the Magna mods. Okay.
Actually, I do have a comment.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, we're talking about this guy, which is ironic because we're by today's sponsors, War Thunderer. Sorry, that was a terrible joke.
I understood it. It's good.
They're paying us for it.
We don't do planes and tanks here though, but we do have tanks actually, but no planes.
We do
Anyways,
have tanks and they walk.
Yeah. And they stride as well.
They do stride.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, Thunder. I love Thunder. I think Thunder is underutilized. I think Thunder has huge potential to combo into 4 cost attacks.
Thunder in general, I think, is pretty underutilized at the moment.
Yeah.
So there's
kinda. Lightning is fine. Vordog, I think.
Lightning.
Yeah, I love Lightning as well. Vordog, I think Vordog base damage can go to 55.
Agreed.
You can see that, yeah.
Agree.
And Flash, I kind of want to go back to my original idea for Flash, where you kind of lock both of yourselves into a swap block, and then you take 15 strength from the enemy for that duration. You kind of challenge them into a battle.
I'd like that, yeah. I have written down here specifically because of how the animation looks. I think kind of like the Metallica for Gamma Fury 2.0, I'd like for Flash to increase the War Thunderer's stats, so that would play into that too.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah, but like, yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I
I
see.
like
I'm watching your stream now. You didn't write down like it's basically what I said, but like without War Thunder swap blocking itself.
Yes, I know. I
Yeah,
didn't
I mean,
have that idea
that's fine.
specifically, and it's been quite
Yeah,
a
yeah.
while since I've heard it, so.
Yeah, it's been quite a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you only debuff the enemy for the duration of the swap blocks, but you
Yeah,
also buff
and
yourself.
for the duration of the swap block. Yeah, you
Mhm.
challenge them into a duel and they get scared, so they deal less damage, and you're like pumped up and you get increased damage while the duel is on.
So, how much does Flash cost? Like 3 energy right now? Do we
3.
want to keep
It
that
does.
amount the same then? Or do we want it like even higher?
I mean, if you're lowering the enemy's strength and increasing yours,
But you're
But
also
it's
swap
temporary.
blocking yourself. I think 3 is fine.
Yeah, so
yeah.
it would
I
probably...
mean, if it was, I'm thinking about it because if it was 4, I would never use it. I wouldn't care about it if it was 4.
Yeah.
So,
I agree with that.
okay, it's 3 cost. I guess the only question now then is how much strength you're draining and how long the swap blocks and the durations last. I'd say personally I may want since it's temporary especially, probably the strength drain / increase to be at least 15.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, actually.
what are we thinking for the durations then?
I think 3 is fine.
Yeah, I think 3 is fine. Keep
So
the numbers
I was
as
thinking
is,
that 3 was fine too.
Yeah, 15 in 3 rounds. Does that include the round that it's used though, or are we gonna technically do 4, basically 3 after?
Well, I mean, yeah, you're right because the round you use it on, then it's 2 rounds after that, right? You have 2 rounds to fight.
So I guess maybe make it 4.
Yeah, I think we can make it 4. Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds
it's a fight.
good.
It's a fight to the death. Yeah.
Let me make sure.
You play 2v2, both teams have a War Thunder, and you flash the same target.
Just did nothing.
All right,
swap
minus 30 strength, idiot, plus 8 swap block.
Get flash. Idiot. And flash.
Have fun.
2 War Thunderers use flash on each other.
Yeah.
That might just soft lock the game.
This makes the game awesome, actually.
Oh, actually, and here's the like we have a non-kill now, right?
Yeah.
So like, if a War Thunder wins the duel, we can make a non-kill effect that it cleanses itself from the swap block, so it doesn't stay there like awkwardly. Like, I want my duel, I'm gonna stay here. Yeah.
That'd be kind of a bit awkward though, because like you'd have to add that onto all 3 other attacks, right?
What if instead of it being like just a swap block thing, it's like a new like the effect of swap block, but like with a different title, and it just has that on yourself.
Yeah. Just call it duel.
Yeah, you get duel showing on you instead of like stun or swap block is duel. It's a new status.
Yeah.
I was gonna call it lock in.
Lock in.
Lock in.
We're live.
It almost slipped.
Yeah.
Lock the G gang in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We are actually live right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, YouTube. But yeah, no, I think that's actually a good idea. That would actually be a really cool effect to see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To answer your question, to kind in the chat, I think it would only affect the one target that you attack. So just to make sure I'm capturing everything from War Thunder. So we said War Dog base damage from 50 to 55.
Yes.
And then we're saying Flash will now swap block both the user and the target for 4 turns.
Yeah.
And it'll give War Thunder plus 15 strength for 3 turns and remove minus 15 strength from the
enemy for 3 turns.
3 turns.
Yeah.
And then are we doing that mechanic that you talking about?
It would be nice if possible, yeah. Maybe we could even do it on the enemy as well. If the enemy wins the duel, it also gets cleansed from swap block, and it can go away.
Yeah.
Can you reiterate that ability to me, Boris? How does it work, like, logically?
Yeah, so basically, like, the War Thunder challenges the enemy to a duel. Whoever comes out victorious, they don't have to be swap blocked anymore, and they can leave. Like, what's the point of being swap blocked if their opponent was beaten?
Whoever comes out victorious clears. So basically, on splat.
When either of them die, I guess. When either opponent dies, it clears itself.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And then that would only be relevant when you're swap blocked, because obviously, if you're not swap blocked, then you can swap out any time. So it'd be like adding an on condition, on splat condition, on splat clear 999 swap block, which basically just means you're not swap blocked anymore, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think that's doable.
Awesome.
Complex, but doable. Is that all for War Thunder? Did I miss something?
I think that's all. Actually, Alex and I just also mentioned that the speed drones can go to hexite values, because getting it just 15 kind of is rough. Because War Thunder itself is very fast, so it deserves like to be balanced around its speed to be a quick nanovore. So giving it like 40 jolts instead of 15 is a good thing, I think.
So max speed
and Alex thinks that as well, yeah. So max speed with max jolts, it would go from 55 to 95.
So the max now is 70, but the new max is going to be 95.
Yeah, new max is 95.
Okay. Any dissenters? Any qualm havers?
I'm chill with that.
Nah. Yeah, that's good.
Fast War Thunder is also very funny.
Awesome.
The fastest Magnemod to ever live.
Yeah.
Fastest chainsaw man in the West.
Truly.
This truly was a chainsaw. Man.
Now, I won't have time to stick around for all the Velocitrons, but there's one that has captured my heart that I want to, I guess, maybe mention before I need to leave.
Sure.
Dude, Size Scarab?
Can I just say? Okay, I'm listening.
Can I just say that Size Scarab... Open your ears and listen. A Size Scarab enjoyer is talking. So, I think this thing is very underrated. Because at first when I tried to use it, I was like, oh, if I try to use any of the spikes, this thing sucks, and it's not good. However, Size Scarab, with, like... Oddly enough, when I tried using it on, like, strength or armor teams, and armor teams aren't great, but I think they're about to become much better, it's shockingly good because it just has really good consistent damage. It's not very energy reliant, and it has 10 armor. And, like, it's only 255 swarm value. So I found it being actually a very decent choice on a lot of just straight-up bruiser teams that just want to do consistent damage. But Side Cannon is a horrible move that is terrible.
Like you said, its spikes really don't have a use. If you try using them, it's just bad, and it doesn't really have... It's basically a Magnemod in a... I don't know, Magnemod in a Velocitron skin, Velocitron in a Magnemod skin.
Yeah, exactly.
It basically just deals damage and nothing else. That's why... people don't really use it, I don't think.
And it's fun on those bruiser teams because your opponent can't just Doombringer to counter you, because I'm like, yeah, well, this is my Magnemod that isn't weak to Doombringer. So I feel like this thing is, like, very underrated.
Yeah.
And I think it could see a little bit of love.
While we're on the topic of Size Scarab, I have an idea for Psy Cannon. So I'll just say it before you leave. All right.
Yeah.
Psy Cannon, 1 energy, 25 base damage, and for 1 round, instead of getting dodge like Circuit Flyer, you get armor.
Ooh.
So you have to go first to get a bunch of armor and tank and attack, and then you can play around that to side cannon into Scarab Slash, because it's 1 energy and 1 into 3 instead of like just banking off of other Nanivore and just using Scarab Slash when you can and when not.
Am I missing something for Psy Cannon? Do you mean Psy Shard?
No, it's Psy Scarab. Psy Cannon has like it's the
the move. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the move.
My bad. I wasn't retrieving the information properly because in my head I was thinking there's no one named Psy Cannon. Sorry. Repeat that.
Combine together Turbo Cannon and PSI Blaster, and you get PSI Cannon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's the doo-doo attack, the Psy Cannon attack. So instead of like this, what it does, it's basically what Circuit Flyer does, but it doesn't get dodge. It gets a bunch of armor to tank an attack if it goes first. If not, like it goes back.
I like that idea. I think I came up with something just like that for one of my old Fanivore, but the only question I have is does PSI Cannon is one of the attacks that uses a spike net right now, right? Does it have?
It is.
Does it still have an additional spike effect?
Currently, it uses a spike short move 10 armor. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can move it to Scarab Slash to do something with yellow, because Psy Cannon I think will be fine as is if we do what I proposed.
Yeah, I do like your idea of it going first and gaining armor, and that also synergizes because I think this thing has a lot of potential on armor teams. So its ability to, if it's good on a team that sets an armor override, and Psy Cannon can give you armor if you go first, I think that really gives it a solid, like, here's how you use it. And I will use it, I promise you.
Yeah.
So will I.
Yeah, no, this thing is super underrated. It is a deceptively good Nanivore. And I think use that left.
I like how it looks.
It is cool.
Big lizard.
It also has a much better name in Nanivore Evolution. Neo Basilisk is so much cooler.
That's what it was called. Cause I was like, it went by a different name, but I can't remember what name it went by.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, that was the one Velocitron that I really wanted to talk about. But
there you go. We talked about it. I think excellent. I'm happy with it. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. And we'll just figure out what the yellow spike on Scarab Slash will do, but that's not pressing.
Yeah.
So to finalize Psy Cannon, so we're making it do damage, correct?
Yeah, it does one. It's 1 cost now. It does 25 base damage. And it gives you, let's say it gives 30 armor for 1 round.
30 armor.
It has to
a lot. I suppose
it has to tank it, man. It has to tank it.
It has to go
otherwise
first.
It's useless.
Yeah, it matter.
Yeah, it has to go first as well.
All right, I think that's definitely gonna make it usable if it's 30. Like, that's basically blocking a whole 1 energy attack on itself.
Well,
armor piercing.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. I feel like 20 is probably enough.
I'm a little 25.
30 is a little
if I were to
scary.
give a number personally, but
the lowest I would go is 25.
We could go
okay, I'm fine with 25. Yeah, I'm fine with 25.
Yeah, 25 it is then.
All right, 25, I suppose. The same as the damage it deals.
Stalled.
All right.
Deal or no deal?
Right.
Deal.
I can't wait to be a Ice Bear 1.01.
We're discussing how much money, in terms of balancing, we want to give the Nanivores that are begging.
Yeah.
Begging for their balancing crumbs.
Yes.
Yep.
May I please have a nerf, sir?
Can I please have a nerf? I don't think that's what they were all asking for. We all know if Nanivore were real, they'd be, every last one of them would be asking for buffs.
Yeah.
You'd probably find 1 or 2 crazy ones in there that would beg for a nerf. I don't know.
I
think the Tank Walker would be too humble to ask for any nerfs. It would just stand there. Yeah.
It is far too humble.
Yeah.
The humble Tank Walker.
Indeed.
All right, I'm gonna head out, everyone. But thank you for having me. And
thank you for being here.
Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, thanks for joining us, Thorn. Have a good night.
Take care.
See ya.
All right.
All right, then there were. Yeah, who's next?
It's
Scarab
Scarab Rollers.
5.
I think Scarab Rollers are in a fine spot, but only thing I would change, I would maybe lower the Scarab Roller 3.0 swarm value. I think it takes up a lot of space.
I would tend
yeah.
to agree for the most part. Maybe just lower it to like 260 because that's the same range as like Mega Spike, and I don't want to make it like too good.
Yeah. I agree.
But I was gonna bring up that I feel like it's so close to being able to be great because all of its moves are so powerful now. But going from 245 to 270 was kind of a.
It was an overkill. I agree. I was overestimating the power of this Nanowar. It is strong, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it needs to have setup with it, like Mega Doom or Storm Spinner, and those Nanowar take up a lot of space. You're left with like not a lot of swarm value after that.
It is getting, I don't know, somewhat closer to Turbo Master's swarm value in that case, I guess. And Turbo Master has the worst like speed trade sort of move, whereas I personally think Scarab Roller 3.0's is the best right now, with draining the 1 energy on top of it.
Correct, yeah, and I think all of those stealing attacks should have that, because you're basically like taking a hit for, to take speed, and like taking speed is like you're increasing yours, which is whatever. It's not that relevant if the enemy is fast, if it's a bunch of hack sites. So I think it should have more opportunity to run away with just stealing something without taking damage.
So you're saying you want Zoomer and Speed Trade to be like that?
I'd be down for it. Yeah. Either that or like we can make Zoomer, we can make it funny and like give it like dodge chance, similar to like Circuit Flyer. Like actually,
I like that actually.
Yeah, I like it, but I'm thinking about it because if the speed gets too high, I don't know if that's possible. Maybe it can just go into
the thing is that for 2 cost, I mean, it's increasing its own speed and it's a hex site, so.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I would give it like 50%.
I like the general idea, but even if we did that, it wouldn't really be.
It would still
its
at some
cost
point
3 to be able to do that wouldn't make people very happy.
Yeah, if you spam Zoomer, it would still like you'd still have a chance to hit it if someone spams Zoomer regardless.
Good idea though, just not necessarily that great in practice, I don't think.
It's a high risk attack. Maybe we can up the speed stealing to like 30 or 35. Then it's like high risk, high reward.
It's certainly possible.
Yeah.
So on Scarab Roller, did we agree then SV from 270 to 260?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The 3.0.
3.0. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, it was fun fact. It was actually thanks to Scarab Roller 2.0 that I was actually able to beat the Midnight mode in Scylla Tactics.
Really?
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, because like I needed more strength and I needed a way to slow down the enemy Nanoboards because they are a bunch of speedsters. And after I evolved Kira, that's what I call my Scarab Roller. After I evolved him into 2.0 and started using Battle Kraken more instead of Tank Walker, it actually was able to beat it.
There you go.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I like where 2.0, 1.0 are.
Yeah, they're definitely good.
I can't exactly explain why. I don't know if I necessarily like where Scarab Roller 2.0 is right now. I feel like it just doesn't do quite enough. That may just be me though.
What would you propose? What do you think it's lacking in?
And I'm guessing damage. right?
I mean, obviously you could just increase the damage, but that wouldn't really be great for something that's that low cost to give it much more damage. So
yeah, true.
As crazy as it sounds, maybe we could. This is just me just throwing stuff at the wall. Maybe change backspins 25 to a solid 30.
maybe.
Mhm.
Maybe, or like maybe we can also increase the health from 115 to 120.
Oh yeah, that could work too.
Give it a bit more survivability. I think it's too squishy.
Yeah,
It is a
I can't nail
Velocitron.
down exactly what I'd want to give it, but maybe just 5 extra points of health or draining 5 extra speed. Just something small, basically. I don't think it really needs all that much. Just, I feel like it needs something.
You hear that, Akira? You're gonna get a buff. Alright, so gun to your head, Alex. Plus 5 HP, plus 5 speed. Or minus 5 speed additional for backspin, call it.
Can you help me, Borisav? What? I think it's the same swarm value. What health does Plasma Locust 1.0 have?
Plasma Locust 1.0, it's 120.
Okay, sold. We're bumping up
120.
Scare Bowler 2.0's health to 120.
That's sold. Sold to Mr. Trocute.
Yeah.
115 to 128.
Just don't forget, Felnius, you also have to increase the max stats as well if we're increasing base stats.
Okay. So what should that be then?
By the same amount, so by 5, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, if there's anything on the sheet that I missed, feel free to add that. But,
of course.
Max HP is going to go from 130 to 135 then. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Makes sense. Scale it. Okay. I think we're good on the Scarab Rollers then? The speedsters,
so.
the drivers. I
Yeah.
Just I tried to come up with some funny names for my Scarab Roller variants. My Scarab Roller 1.0 is called Transportation. My 2.0 is called my 2.0 is called Deal with the Wheel. In my
That's
fun. I like that one.
And my 3.0 is called FTL Drive.
Oh, that's cool.
One should be named Jesus. Jesus
Why?
take the wheel.
Jesus.
Jesus take the wheel.
Oh yeah.
I might call mine 5-speed manual or just 5-speed.
I don't think the Afterlife can be taking any of these wheels. They're pretty immortal, from what I can tell. Alright, Scarab Spears. Are we thinking the 1.0's in a good spot?
1.0 is fine. Yeah, 1.0 I think is pretty fun with like its speed manipulation. But the 2.0 needs help with power pulse and distract.
Yeah, needs a lot of help.
True.
This is where I'd bring up the hex idea again, honestly. I think at least one of them could be turned into a hex if we're planning on adding that in. I mean,
yeah,
we did just basically come up with the idea of the dueling mechanic, and we're going to add that now, maybe, so I guess I'll just throw that out there. I mean, at least one of them could become a hex sort of thing, I think.
Honestly, I can kind of see one of these becoming a hack.
Yeah,
Spazzle just sounds like a hack move.
Yeah.
Spazzle or Power Pulse. Actually, Power Pulse could probably become the hack move.
Yeah, I would probably. I think Power Pulse is probably the weakest move there. I mean, distract isn't great either, but
yeah, I mean,
yeah, I could see a world.
Considering some of the other changes, we could probably move like distract to being a 2 cost, right? I believe we changed some of the wave 1 nanivores to like you spend 2 costs to drain 40.
That would be fair because it only costs Tank Walker 1 to drain 25. So actually, yeah, why is it 3 cost?
I mean, yeah, that's kind of been the standard for a while. We just haven't really changed it, so.
Yeah.
I mean, when I see like a 3 attack, that's just a stat. Especially with Power Pulse, I feel like you could have chalked that up to at least a 20 if it's going to be worth 3.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean,
I would agree.
Power Pulse costs 3 and it drains 15, right? That's even less than like what Blunt Trauma did. Because Blunt Trauma was also 3, it drained 20 strength on the Doom Blades.
Oh, and yeah, that definitely should be buffed.
So to summarize, Power Pulse will go from minus 15 strength to minus 20 strength, and then Distract will go from 3 EN costs to 2 EN costs.
So Power Pulse is just Blunt Trauma, basically.
Basically, yeah.
I mean, no one's still gonna use it, unfortunately. I don't know. I was thinking maybe Power Pulse. When you hear that name, it sounds like it's pulsating, so it's an overtime effect. I'm thinking in that direction. What if it was like the thing that Alex made for his like Plasma Lancer 2.0, where it like places an override that like gradually increases strength while it's active.
That would be crazy to actually do that on this guy. Plus, it would have to be like, I don't know. How do you think it would be balanced if that were to actually exist? Like plus 5 armor each round.
No, not armor, strength.
Oh yeah, strength. Sorry, strength.
Yeah.
Plus 5 strength each round.
Would it also
stay? Would it also stay like the mechanic currently works after the override's removed?
I think that's fine. I think it can stay. Actually, no. We can make it like only the override. Let me think about it. Because if it's a high cost override, I think it should stay. If it's a low cost, I think it should get removed.
So for now, then, do we want to just say changing Distract only from 3 to 2? And revisit Power Pulse, or do we want to?
I mean, I think Distract has to be revisited as well. No one's going to use it regardless, in my opinion. I just feel like that though. But yeah, I mean, we can try.
Okay.
But yeah, Power Pulse to me sounds like something that has to be an overtime effect. Either that or like throwing, like for next 3 rounds, the enemy just starts losing strength. Like it slowly gets burned off the enemy for like a few rounds.
Well, it's kind of similar to the Hex idea, but anyway. I suppose I'd be fine it leaving, I don't know, not necessarily leaving Power Pulse as it is for the balance patch, but maybe we can decide on something for it definitively a bit later if that's what we want to do.
Yeah, sure.
So the cat in the chat says I'd put Power Pulse as the hack. Distract is better on specific, like hack sites, while I would want to apply the strength drop to a wider number of Nanivore, and being a hack keeps it from being spammed. Yeah, okay.
Sure.
We can, I agree with you, Boris, I like the idea of making it overtime, so.
Yeah, I think we can do with more like overtime effects in general, like overtime speed. I think is super fun. Armor doesn't work. I think that's too strong. Maybe we can do like an overtime healing effect. Or actually, no, it's just armor with extra steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of just armor with extra steps, and I mean.
Yeah.
Quick question for you, Boris. How you feeling on time? Because we're gonna be halfway through the Velocitrons, and it's.
I'm gonna, unfortunately, if you're gonna do the entire wave 2, I'll have to leave early, but I'll stay for a few more.
Do we think we want to do a part 3 then to knock out? We want to stop maybe at the Blaze Dragons or the Blaze Hydras, and then pick up the rest, the other half, and then the Hexites. Another stream.
Sure.
Alex, Dino, everyone has.
I wouldn't mind that. Part 3 is good.
Alex?
Well, I suppose if it would just be you and me discussing the changes, I wouldn't have all too much to talk about, so...
Yeah, I'd want to include Boris, for sure.
Having more people in the discussions is always going to be better, so if everybody agrees that we want to do a part 3, I'll be doing a part 3 then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to include Boris in the conversation. I know it's already. Let me guess, Boris. 4 a.m. over there.
It's 4:45.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Right. How about we go up to Blaze Dragon, because I think that's the halfway point of the Velocitrons. 367.
Yeah.
366. Yeah, we'll go Blaze Dragon 2.0, and then we can wrap it up here, and then we'll pick up the other half, the Velocitrons and Hexites.
Yeah.
Next stream.
Yeah. Just enough time for me tomorrow to like get ready with more like ideas for wave 2. I have some more for like, I don't know, maybe Trident Spider and Cyber Slicer and Cyber Shark, but we'll get there tomorrow. I have to like reevaluate everything. So yeah, I mean, Blaze Dragon, in my opinion, 1.0 is perfect as is. No need to change anything. The 2.0, it just needs like a change in like spike bonus. It's just a super glass cannon Nanivore that's like all about damage, but it's super squishy. So maybe we can just give it more damage there. In not like traditional damage where it's like upfront, but maybe like it burns the enemy, like it's cold scorch, so like you do like damage over time to your opponent. And maybe like that damage over time can ignore armor, so it's effective against Magnamods or any other armored enemy.
Alright. Yeah, that could work.
Well, I do agree that
would apply. The damage burning it would apply even while it's swapped out then.
I mean, maybe we can make well. I mean, can an Nanivore die off screen? I think
that's the thing.
I don't think I like that idea.
Me neither. I don't like that.
I think it can just become a hack where like a hack is like a little fire that burns the enemy, and if it's swapped out, the Nanivore is not burning, and then you can like use your Battle Kraken to remove that hack because it's the most recent one placed.
I don't know how effective that would be if you'd have to spike into burning it, or you know, I mean, you'd have to have it swap locked in if it doesn't do anything, if it doesn't stay in, because like you just wouldn't stay in if you have the option to swap out to not take the damage. So
yeah, but when he comes back in, he's gonna burn, and that Nanivore has to come back in at some point.
I think an important question to ask here is, when does that take effect during that round? At what point?
At the beginning.
Yeah. At the beginning, yeah. The moment the Nanivore gets hit by Scorch, it takes bonus damage like burning. And for the next X rounds, it's also taking that amount of like DOT.
At the start of that turn, okay.
Yeah.
No, I like that. I think that works.
Awesome.
At the start. So I'm trying to think. Are there any edge cases where there would be some awkward interactions that could? So the round starts. So it would be before or after the turn, like who goes first, second, third, fourth? Is it after? Like the turn thing, or is it like So like, what if someone targets? What if you're about to die from the burn effect and someone targeted you? I guess they would fizzle, but
I think they'd fizzle.
Yeah, they would fizzle.
so the sequence would be okay. The combat starts 1, 2, 3, 4, or just 1, 2 if it's a 1v1. 1, 2, and then okay now burn effect applied to whoever's burned. Oh, splat. Okay, now the person. Well, what if they went first then? Do they get their attack off, or does the burn apply and splat them before they get?
I think the DOT should apply after everyone made their move. So like after like I make a move and you make a move. After everyone makes a move, then like it takes damage. Yeah.
So that's not the beginning of the turn. That's at the end of the turn.
Yeah. Okay. I think it even makes sense that way.
Any concerns there from the chat? I'm trying to think. Okay, so Scorch burns and does DOT, which is damage over time.
Yep.
DOT value applies after every player
made a move.
in the match made their move.
Yeah.
Meaning at the end of the turn. Okay, I think that makes sense. Yeah, because I think you understood what the scenario I was painting there, right, Boris? It's like, oh, do I get splatted even though I was supposed to go first, or do I go first and then I splat myself?
Yeah,
but
exactly.
if it's at the end, then yeah, that just simplifies everything.
Yep.
And then if you get splatted before that DOT applies, and it doesn't matter because you got splatted anyways.
Yeah, you're
right.
dead.
So you're dead.
The hack doesn't matter if the Enver is dead. It's like swap block, but it just doesn't matter. It's the Enver's dead,
And that way also it makes it simpler because then if you're at that HP threshold where that DOT is going to splat you, then it comes at the very end anyways, and it doesn't doesn't fizzle anyone out.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Awesome. Alex?
Yeah. That sounds good, yeah.
So we're removing the yellow spike. Oh, sorry. So is that burn effect with the yellow spike? Or is it just...
With a yellow spike. You need to have a yellow spike to place the burn, yeah. Otherwise, it's just a basic attack.
How much damage over time?
I have to think about it, but I guess the most basic is like 10 damage over like 3 or 4 rounds.
10 damage over time.
Yeah,
over 3. Go ahead.
Which like comes off as 40 damage after those 4 rounds. It's 40 damage bonus.
40 damage total, and it's all armor piercing, obviously. Right.
Yeah. So the counterplay for that is like to either have a hack sap or hack slash, because we're doing the hack slash thing as well.
Actually, I don't think I captured that. Electro shield, hack slash. I don't think I wrote that down. So that one's going to be, we keep hack slash the same, except we add clear most recent hack to that.
We have to lower its base damage as well.
Okay.
So if you want to have if you want to have a pure damage attack, you have to mutate Bull Zap into it, or Bull Blast. I don't know what its name is.
Okay, that's actually fair because hack slash and Bull Zap are the exact same. Okay,
exactly.
That's fair. Yeah. Okay, so hack slash goes from 50 base to what, 40, 45?
I mean, hack sap is 30, I think. Yeah. And it's 3 cost.
Oh, and they're basically the same swarm value, 275 to 280, huh?
Yeah.
So you're saying?
I mean, because if Electro Shield is a bit more expensive, a bit, so maybe we can go 35 instead of 30.
35 base damage, and then clear all recent attacks.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else on anything that we covered today? I guess we're stopping at Blaze Dragon 2 for today, and then tomorrow or whenever this week, we'll pick back up on Blaze Hydra, I think, and then go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's everything on my end. Not sure if Alex has anything to add.
I think that'll be everything up to this point.
Awesome.
All right. Go ahead, Daniel.
It's actually funny, and this doesn't have to be part of this game, but I actually was just working on a new nanovore while we were talking all about, stats and stuff. If you guys wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm down.
Well,
you can close my eyes.
Stream, Alex.
Yeah, I'll end the stream there then, and I'll take a look.
All right.
See you in part 3 then.
Everyone stop by and join the stream. It was fun.
I'll let you guys discuss this new thing.